Hello, everybody, and here, welcome to the Smart Talk, to the Sports Talk Network channel. I had to redo this video because the other one, for some reason, only was 46 seconds or 43 seconds. Maybe because I used audio that I was, with the theme or music video that I was using. The song was "Tell Me Why" by the Jonas Brothers, so look it up. Check out the song; it's actually pretty cool. But I was using that, and I guess instead of being hit with a copyright strike, I just was hit with a "We'll speed your video up." And you'll only have a 43-second video, which is supposed to be, I would assume, 26 to 32 minutes long. So, again, here we go again. Maybe we'll get more live viewers now because I'm starting closer to 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. But either way, let's try this all again. Again, talking WWE, Fastlane, Raw, SmackDown, and WWE news. Let's talk about the news first. The big news being about the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal. And today, it was announced that WWE has decided to remove the name Fabulous Moolah from this Battle Royal and just simply call it the WrestleMania Women's WrestleMania Battle Royal for now. I kind of still hope they name it. I mean, you could have Victoria, Chyna, Trish Stratus, Lita, Miss Elizabeth. Sounds nice. The Miss Elizabeth Memorial Battle Royal. She's someone that didn't really have too many skeletons in her closet. And she is a superstar that passed away. So it seems like, with memoriams, of superstars that passed. Though you could, like I said, Trish Stratus is still with us on Earth. So Trish Stratus, Lita, Miss Elizabeth, who else? Michelle McCool, whoever else, anybody else. Just glad they decided to not have Fabulous Moolah named in it. Those horrible things that I was hearing about. I didn't think it was best for WWE. Now, what I did hear through the grapevines is that the reason that they're doing this and they're changing it, they got pressure from Snickers because they are hearing and getting negative feedback as well. So for whoever the fans or the many fans, millions or otherwise, that reached out to Snickers than just WWE themselves and with vitriol and anger about this and brought it to their attention, then they put pressure on WWE, and WWE will care what they think, let alone saying that they care about the WWE fans think, right? So that was, in its own right, certainly interesting. I wanted to share this tweet that I did share on my Twitter. Welcome to follow me on Twitter at WWE_podcast. And a tweet from that I didn't retweet, but I shared in my thread of threads with 50 people total talking WWE each and every day. And Stephanie McMahon tweets, and you can follow her with her verified checked Twitter at Steph McMahon. I hope they get one of those blue checks in the future. We'll see. But anyway, she says, thank you WWE Universe for using your voice. What remains most important is that the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal will be a historic match and is part of WWE's unwavering commitment to our women's division. Hashtag women's evolution. Hashtag change the name. There you go. Straight from Stephanie McMahon. Or at least from her Twitter, who maybe someone else wrote it. I don't know if she wrote it herself. Either way, from her Twitter account, from you presume Stephanie McMahon herself, speaking of the uproar, speaking of the decision to change the name. And she's right, because in the end, that is what matters, is that in the end, this is for the women that are in WWE currently. Another checklist on the list for the women's evolution and that stuff as well. So I certainly applaud that tweet for sure. Hopefully this video is be able to heard. So whoever's watching live, thank you. Welcome to let me know if this video is actually doing better with the whole thing. Because like I said last time, I had a video and then if for some reason it was sped up and I only had it for 43 seconds and probably was because of the music I was using. So this time, no music, no intro, no outro, just start and end. Start to end. But now let's talk about WWE Fastlane. WWE Fastlane that came on. The final stop, or the final pit stop on the long road to WWE WrestleMania on the WWE Network for only $9.99. Otherwise, if you're a new subscriber, you get it for free for the first month because you're cool like that. But, yeah, Fastlane, again, the final pit stop. Pretty good show. Just like Elimination Chamber, pretty predictable. Though, I did get one wrong, and that was the U.S. title match. Randy Orton won, and I should have went that way. I know I talked about here on this very channel, this very podcast, here in the Ramble, series Ramble, that last week that I won a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. And to get that, and the easiest, simplest looking way to get us to that point is to actually have Randy Orton win the championship from Glorious Bobby Roode, and then have Bobby Roode invoke his rematch clause, Jinder Mahal getting involved because he beat the now new champion, Randy Orton, twice or 2 times, 2 weeks in a row on SmackDown Live, heading into WWE Fastlane. So, that would have been the best way to do it. Or whatever, the simplest way of looking in that sense. Sorry about moving the camera and the laptop. Anyways, and then you had to have that is what exactly happened. Did I predict it that way? I don't know, because I thought it would happen in a different way. We still get the triple threat, but Bobby Roode retaining and having Bobby Roode, who is a great superstar and first someone away from WWE, then came to WWE, U.S. champion, put the title on him. You at least have him hold to WrestleMania, unless the plan is to simply have Bobby Roode win his title back at WrestleMania from Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. Though I would prefer to have Jinder Mahal win the championship. I know I've been talking about this over the past couple of weeks with Jinder Mahal, former WWE champion. I maybe be in the minority that really did enjoy his championship reign. I think Jinder Mahal was a good WWE champion. Greatest ever? No, not by a long shot. Okay, I'm not blind to that, but I was a fan of his as WWE champion, and still am a fan of his, and hope that he does stay as a quote-unquote made superstar. Low main eventer, upper mid card. That's what I was going to say, for sure, and that certainly would be interesting in its own right. Queen M, thank you for leaving a chat or leaving a comment in the chat asking what did you think of Asuka coming out. I guess I might as well just bring this up, of course, because the question is being asked. What did I think of Asuka coming out? I actually didn't expect it to happen. This is what I thought was going to happen, Queen M. I actually thought what was going to happen was the Raw. This past Monday Night Raw, we would have Asuka in the middle of the ring, Charlotte Flair visiting, right? She's the SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, have them all three in the ring, kind of like you had at the Royal Rumble, with then Ronda Rousey coming out there and just pointing to the sign. See, I can point too. I can point to that back behind me, see? Anyways. Sorry, just running gag there. But anyways, that I thought we'd have all three of those in the ring, three of those talented women in the ring, and then Asuka choosing Charlotte Flair at that point. And then Nia Jax coming up, and then setting up for Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss, which I do think was inevitable. Excuse me. For the Raw Women's Championship. So that's where I thought it was going to go. So I was surprised Asuka came out. I thought it was still cool and unique and kind of gave me some goosebumps when she came out there, actually. Though I do think her dancing and stuff, kind of like Shinsuke Nakamura, maybe a little bit weird. But then again, that's just me with Japanese superstars or just, foreign superstars in general. I no disrespect to them. I mean, they're one of the best. Not better than most of American wrestlers, superstars. But it's just, I don't know. Too over the top of me. But either way, what did I think of it? That was kind of cool. AJ Styles retaining the WWE Championship, though I thought John Cena was going to be taking the pin. That was not to be the case, and it actually was Kevin Owens, I believe, that took the 1, 2, 3, and AJ Styles retaining his WWE Championship there. Right, square in the ring. Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella getting a win. Actually, getting the pin on Naomi, I believe, or was it? I think it was Naomi. But there's Naomi and Becky Lynch versus Carmella and Natalya. And Carmella getting a win there. Carmella getting a win on SmackDown Live. So a win streak is actually happening for Carmella. Some momentum for her. As a big fan of hers, my boo, my gal, this win streak really makes you worry that probably, maybe, and I've been hearing the rumors, just as everybody else has, Queen M, Jay Thomas, and other fans of mine, Carmella cashing in at WrestleMania and not being successful. I hope not. I've been saying for months that you have your first ever Miss Money in the Bank. You have the first ever Miss Money in the Bank, and you have her cash in unsuccessfully? No, thank you. At least for me. Again, just my opinion, right? If you disagree, I understand. But to me, no, thank you. It would make best sense and more sense to me to have your first ever Miss Money in the Bank, whether it's Carmella or if it was somebody else, for God's sake. Not just be, I'm saying that because I really like Carmella. No, whoever it was, you have her cash in successfully. Whether you have her cash in successfully on Asuka or on Charlotte Flair. I don't care. And I know my friend Mounty's Corner, who was on my show for the prediction, said that his idea is to have Carmella cash in on Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania or Nia Jax, for the Raw Women's Championship. That would be interesting. You're having Asuka kind of in a way jumping into SmackDown Live, facing Charlotte Flair and choosing her because that's what she gets as a prize for winning the first ever or the inaugural Women's Royal Rumble. And then you have your first ever Miss Money in the Bank, inaugural Miss Money in the Bank, the fabulous and beautiful Carmella, cashing in on a Raw champion at a dual-branded pay-per-view. And all pay-per-views after WrestleMania, mind you, which I'm sure you already know and everybody else does, but just to reiterate, all pay-per-views after WrestleMania in the 2018 season, as I call it, night after WrestleMania to next said WrestleMania, are all co-branded. So you could have that. I know he's been harping on that. Mounty's Corner. We're going to check out his channel. Spelled as it sounds, Mounty's Corner. He does live in Canada, for those that are wondering. But I don't see that happening. I still see her cashing in. And it's it's all in the Booker's thoughts anyways. You plan to have Asuka win the Royal Rumble. You're going to have Asuka face the best in Miss Charlotte Flair, who I think is the best in women's wrestling in total. Not just WWE, but all women's wrestling currently, indies, and others. You have Carmella still be Miss Money in the Bank and not cash in yet, successfully or unsuccessfully. So it's your own dang fault to put yourself in this corner, WWE writing staff and bookers. That, okay, if you didn't feel Carmella to be champion yet, or that you didn't want her to catch it successfully, then that's on me. That'd be you. Anyways, from Queen Elm, she says, I feel that Carmella will cash in at Mania and defeat the Raw Women's Champion and get the Raw Women's Championship. Well, that's you would agree with Mounty's Corner. I'm actually going to put that on here for you to check out his channel. Let him know Steve sent you. Mounty's Corner. There, but he says the exact same thing. He was harping on it in the prediction show, and he'd be happy to hear your thoughts on that in any of his videos if you leave a comment. And again, let him know Steve of Steve's Wrestling Ramble sent you there. But yeah, that's exactly what he's saying. Now, I was hearing some chatter, so I think somebody's here with me tonight. Thank goodness, because I didn't have anybody through the first run through. Then again, like I said in the top of the video, I apologize that one it was only 43 seconds. I was about to share the link to my episode, and I see it says only 43 seconds. And I'm like, what the heck happened? So, but anyways, let's move on. Don't want to keep him waiting forever. Kyron Chase. Kyron Chase is here, my co-host. Nobody here. How are you doing, Kyron?
Hey, Steve. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well. We were still talking about Fastlane, specifically Carmella. I'm sure you heard what I said about what Queen M said here in the chat. How do you feel? Where do you think this is going with Carmella? And when do you think she's going to cash in?
I would honestly not have her cash in on SmackDown because there was never any specific on she had to cash in on the SmackDown champion. So why not have her move to Raw during the Superstar Shakeup? Or better yet, how about when Alexa Bliss faces Nia Jax at WrestleMania? Nia doesn't win a title, but she beats Alexa Bliss so badly that Alexa can't even stand, and then Carmella cashes in after the match.
Oh, wow. Hey, again, like I was telling Queen M, this is exactly what Mounty's Corner was telling me in the prediction show for Fastlane. And everybody seems like they're jumping on that bandwagon. To be quite honest, when I heard that from Mounty, I respectfully told them I disagree. I flat out don't think that's going to happen because I think they're going to have Carmella Miss Money in the Bank cash in on her brand's pay-per-view or on their branded championship. Whether it's at WrestleMania or any other pay-per-view moving forward, I think that's probably where it's going to go. Now, it actually would surprise me, even hearing it from you, from Mounty's Corner, from Queen M here in the chat. Again, welcome to leave questions or comments continuously. Thank you for watching for however long you do, of Carmella cashing in on the Raw Women's Champion. So the more and more I hear it, maybe I should actually go in that camp of thinking. I still am not, but I definitely give it more base to it. And obviously, I respect all opinions. But to be quite honest, when I first heard it from Mounty, I'm like, there's no way that's going to happen. In my opinion, there's no way that's going to happen. I respect his. He's a smart individual. So is Kyron. So is Queen M. But it's just didn't think and still don't think that's going to be the case. Though it would be interesting. We have Nia Jax, this movable force, this big, grand, strong, beautiful woman that has been a good heel. Now turning babyface in a moment like that on Monday Night Raw with the setup to her match against Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. I still think Nia Jax is going to win. I think I even said it on Twitter in our thread of threads, as Stephen A calls it, that, all right, after that segment was over, I'm like, all right, you can write it in stone. Nia Jax winning the championship at WrestleMania. Jay, you can start your celebration because your girl, Nia Jax is going to win. My girl, Carmella is going to be winning the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it will be a glorious WrestleMania for me and Jay. Nia Jax winning the Raw Women's Championship, Carmella winning the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But if Carmella catches in as Queen M, Kyron Chase, Mounties Corner have said now to me, I would actually be surprised. I actually still would be shocked and surprised, even though I've had now 3 individuals tell me that's where they would want to go or see it going. I still would be surprised because I don't see WWE actually doing that. That's too creative, to be quite honest. Just to be frank, it's too creative, too ingenious, too smart, too awesome of an idea, and interesting and different of an idea that I don't know and see WWE actually implying it and doing it. But we'll certainly see. Let's move on with other things from Fastlane. I guess, Kyron, I'll just let you speak on Fastlane. What do you think of the matches? What do you think of the show? Do you think it was blah, or do you think this final pit stop for WrestleMania was actually pretty good?
Well, I'll be honest. I thought it was actually a decent pay-per-view. Definitely the best Fastlane we've had yet, Grant. But then, granted, it wasn't hard to do because of the fact that we haven't had a good Fastlane pay-per-view for Sunday. But I really do think that the pay-per-view really picked up toward the last 3 matches. The first half of the show was just mediocre for me. Nakamura and Rusev was okay. Rude and Orton was all right, but it was kind of boring for me. The women's tag team match, even though it had my favorite female wrestler, was kind of boring. It wasn't really necessary either. But then once the tag team title match hit with Usos and New Day, that's when the show really got going. I thought it was good, and especially the Bludgeon Brothers was perfect. Have all 3 teams meet up at the TLC match at WrestleMania. That'd be amazing. Charlotte and Ruby Riott was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And seeing Asuka come out after the match literally made me scream. That was pretty good. The main event was just fun. It was just a fun main event. Everyone got their shots in. And, of course, thankfully, AJ won like everyone knew because WWE wasn't going to take Nakamura over the Styles from us. But I didn't review the show because I wasn't planning on it. If I had to give it a grade, I'd probably give it a B- to a C+. It was a pretty good show. Well, I think let me be more specific. The second half of the show was really good. The first half was just okay.
All right, yeah. And what did you think of specifically? I just wanted to talk about with the tag team division there on SmackDown Live with the Bludgeon Brothers showing up and beating up the New Day and the Usos. Did you see that coming? Because what I thought was going to happen was the Usos were just going to retain, beat the New Day, get them out of the way. Bludgeon Brothers attacking them after the match and just setting up that tag team match. What did you think of the Bludgeon Brothers attacking both tag teams in the middle of their title match at Fastlane?
Now, I originally thought the same thing you thought. I thought that Usos was going to beat New Day in another great match. Then they move on to the Bludgeon Brothers at WrestleMania. But I actually like this a little bit more because we all know what New Day and Usos are capable of. They're arguably 2 best teams in WWE. So we know they were in the middle of having another very good match. And the fact that, the Bludgeon Brothers attacked them and ruined it gets good heel heat on them. Because like, you did this. I can't believe that. And taking out, I think it was Jey Uso, Kofi, and Xavier. And now it's just Biggie and Jimmy Uso. And I really love, what they did on SmackDown with those 2 teams. How Biggie and Jimmy came together to take down the Bludgeon Brothers. I really love that. I thought it was actually a good idea. Now we can get a triple threat TLC match or triple threat ladder match at WrestleMania, which of course would be amazing. So I was fine with it. Even though it didn't last long, Usos and New Day were already starting to have another good match. And the fact that Bludgeon Brothers got involved gets good heel heat on them, and now we got a 3-way rivalry at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just want to read here in the chat. Blue X Demon X stopping by. saying, sorry, I can't be there. I'm out of the house, but the pay-per-view was solid for me. Queen M saying matches back in the day had a lot of stipulations. If they still did that at pay-per-views, it would be a lot more interesting. But I'm moving right along from the pay-per-view. Even before we talk Raw and SmackDown, I want to get your thoughts on this whole situation with the fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal that has decided to be changed to simply the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Do you think they should put Mae Young, Miss Elizabeth, Chyna, Trish Stratus, put somebody's name in there to keep it a Memorial Battle Royal? Because they do it for the men. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is in memoriam to somebody, some male superstar of the past. I do think they should be equal in that way to the women. What do you say?
Well, Steve, you know what I stood on as soon as they announced it was going to be dedicated to fabulous Moolah. I stood on that. I thought it was disgusting. It was distasteful, knowing everything she did and everything and how she set women's wrestling back. Then we're supposed to celebrate as a pioneer for women's wrestling. Get out of here with that. Yes, I was very disgusted, and while I didn't sign a petition personally, I did pass it around as much as possible because I didn't think it was right. Now I'm glad they changed the name but now it's just a women's battle royal. It pretty much doesn't mean anything. Here's what they should have done. Now my brother asked me, Kyrie asked me, why not just name it after Mae Young? The problem is the Mae Young Classic just happened, so it would kind of be redundant to name it after Mae Young. So I'll tell you who they should have named it after. Chyna. Because it makes perfect sense. And think of it this way. The men's battle royal was named after the 8th wonder of the world. So why not have the women's battle royal be named after the 9th wonder of the world? And don't give me that BS of, but if you Google Chyna and see what pops up, you Google the fabulous Moolah, I'll see much worse. So I don't want to hear that.
I agree. That's why Chyna was there with my list of names. The one I actually like the most for me, personally, I actually like the Miss Elizabeth Memorial Battle Royal. For me, sounds the nice, but Miss Elizabeth has, I would say, if nothing, the very little in her closet in life. So I would certainly say the Miss Elizabeth Memorial Battle Royal is what my vote would be if WWE actually let the fans vote on a name. Maybe next year they'll put it to a vote and officially put a name with it and renaming it to an actual Memorial Battle Royal and going from there. Because I think WWE not actually changing the name is because they don't want to have to bring it up live on air about, okay, so WWE decided to change this name because of this and that and whatever, even though we know. But for the casuals, I think they just wanted to, just move away from it, decide to change it, make us happy and this and that, and just call it the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. The next year have it memorial for somebody of the past. Now, Monday Night Raw, the biggest thing that happened on Monday Night Raw is Roman Reigns is temporarily suspended from WWE by Vince McMahon. Had an altercation there backstage, trying to make it look as real as they can again during that line. I like how they're kind of building this match for Brock and Roman Reigns a little bit different, trying to make it interesting, trying to get people behind this match because that level of excitement is low. For me, it's high just because it's, hey, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I'm not blind to the fact of the Roman hatred and with the Brock kind of hatred because he's going to be going to MMA, which I still think is happening after WrestleMania. But what do you think of the segment with Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw to open the show and his altercation with Vince McMahon?
It was all right. While WWE, I do like what they're doing with Roman. It's still not working on me. I still don't care about this match, and I probably won't no matter what they do because we just saw it 3 years ago. So why would I want to see it again? Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. I kind of like what they're doing with Roman. Granted, I know what they're trying to do, and while it's not going to get me excited for it, and while I am rooting for Roman Reigns in WrestleMania, it's not for the reasons WWE wants me to. I'm not rooting for Roman because I don't hate Roman. I'm a huge fan. I want him to win. I'm rooting for Roman because I just want him to get the title off Brock Lesnar, and that's likely going to happen. That's going to happen. So I enjoy what they did with Roman. But I'm not falling under the trap of getting excited for this match. At least not yet.
Yeah, I understand that for sure. And certainly going to be interesting to see what happens next week. Because Vince McMahon said, hey, it's for certain Brock's going to be there next week. I say so. And I kind of was bringing this up in my other video that I was trying to do. Which path do you see? And, if you're watching this and this is already posted to the channel, vote on the comment section below. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think it can go down 3 pathways? I say either option A, Brock Lesnar does not show up next week on Raw. Vince McMahon is pissed, comes out there, interrupts whatever opening segment was going to be there, trying to make it as real as can be for the casuals, blurring that line and firing Brock and stripping him of the Universal title. And you have option B. Brock Lesnar does show up. The man does not look like a Jack Wagon. And Roman Reigns shows up, though, even though he's temporarily suspended. Option C. Brock Lesnar does not show up. Vince McMahon is upset and just simply temporarily suspends Brock Lesnar. Or you guys out there say option D. Anything else? Any other ideas or whatever thoughts that you may have of what is going to happen this next Monday Night Raw? Again, if you're watching this live, welcome to let me know in the chat which A, B, C, or D would you vote. And if you're watching archived, obviously, let me know in the comment section below. I'll certainly reply. And thank you for giving me your opinion. But I want to hear Kyron's opinion. Which path, which option, A, B, C, or D, do you think things are going to go moving forward with this upcoming Raw between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns?
I don't know which letter you said, Steve. I'm going to probably repeat what you said. But I can really just see Brock not showing up until WrestleMania. I can definitely see that being the storyline of Brock. He doesn't really care. He doesn't want to be here. He's not going to show up till WrestleMania, giving Roman even more fuel to the fire. So I can definitely see Brock not showing up until Mania itself, till New Orleans.
Okay. And I see Queen M is going with option A. And option A was Brock doesn't show up and Vince McMahon is pissed. He comes out there interrupting the opening segment. Again, blurring the lines of reality for the casuals and firing Brock Lesnar and stripping him of the Universal Championship. So that's where Queen M goes. And thank you for giving me your vote there, Queen M. Let's moving on forward here, talking about Monday Night Raw. Also set up Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. We kind of already talked about that with also talking about the women's division over on SmackDown Live. Asuka going to be facing Miss Charlotte Flair, best women's wrestler in all sports entertainment, all professional wrestling to me, personally. But we have the setup now for Nia Jax. Turning face, and I pretty much said on Twitter, well, with that happening, she's probably going to be winning at WrestleMania. You can book it, plan, write it, etch it in stone if you want to, whatever. However you got to do. I think Nia Jax is going to be winning the title. Just as much as I think Carmella is going to be winning the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. The other big thing that happened on Monday Night Raw was the main event. You had the Battle Royal to find out a number one contender for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And you had the tag teams out there, and then Braun Strowman comes out there, destroys them all, wins up by himself. And now it's, at least for right now, it seems like Braun Strowman versus The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Sorry about that. Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. So will he have to take a tag team partner? No, this one's simply option A or option B. Option A, he wins the tag team titles by himself. Be that over monster he's been. WWE booking him strong. I know most wanted him to be in the Universal title match. Sorry, that's not happening. Roman's probably going to win that. But Braun is next in line. He might be winning it at SummerSlam. You never know. Or option B. Braun Strowman wins the Raw Tag Team title, but with a tag team partner. And my vote for his tag team partner would be Elias. So simply those two options. Whenever Kyron's able to come back, I'd like to hear his thoughts here for the tag team division over on Monday Night Raw. Certainly it'd be interesting to see which route they go with Braun Strowman and having him. I still think he's going to win those titles, whether he does it by himself or with a tag team partner being forced to. Kurt Angle says, hey, you have to have a tag team partner. This is how tag teams work. I mean, they had the pre-roll rule for the three of the New Day. I don't know if it works differently in the reverse with one individual, but excuse me, either way, that certainly would be interesting nonetheless, or at least to me. That pretty much is it for me for big things that happen on Raw. Also, they had the Miz TV segment with the Miz and his opponents in the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship there, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Yeah, I see Kyron is back. But I want to get your thoughts, Kyron, first on Braun Strowman. What do you think of what happened on Raw? Where do you think that's moving forward in the tag team division with Braun?
Oh, I agree with everything you said, especially B. Not only is Strowman going to win, and his tag team partner, I agree, will be Elias. And I think they'll be like WWE's newest odd couple, like Team Hell No was. So I think, and you look at it, they do kind of have a good comedic timing and chemistry. So I could definitely see Braun winning tag team titles with Elias.
Yeah, especially if they're like not singing, music playing duo. And just think of that somewhat entrance or moment or whatever with those two and how funny actually Braun is, as much as, he's supposed to be a badass, strong man, indestructible force that's going to rip everybody apart. Okay, yeah, there is that side of it, of course. And that's what people love. But he's also the other side that you see on Mixed Match Challenge. That's why I think him and Bliss are a great team. they were a team in real life as a couple, but they do have that great chemistry. And as a team, they're a mixed match. Different side, Braun Strowman, kind of like more of the real side of his true personality, away from his character, at least in my opinion. There, but yeah, and Queen B or Queen M here in the live chat is saying the same thing. Option B with Elias, Braun Strowman winning the Raw Tag Team Championships. Kyron, when you come back, I also want to hear your thoughts on your intrigue and interest level for the IC Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match. Because to me, I'm certainly intrigued by it. Me and multi-superstar matches. I love them. More of them. Let's have WrestleMania, the night of multi-superstar matches, and all titles are changing hands. That's what I would love for any event, but that's not the case. And to be quite honest, maybe they're not the best booking. But what's your intrigue level and your interest level, or do you care at all with the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania?
Oh, I am excited for that match, but probably behind, AJ and Nakamura and Charlotte and Asuka, and maybe seeing the Undertaker. That's probably the match I'm looking most forward to, because you remember the match those three guys had last year, a No One Contenders match? That match is amazing. Now they get to do it on the grandest stage. I would love to see that. And while I can definitely see Miz losing the title, I could see either Rollins or Balor taking the title from him.
Same here. And if I had to choose between the two, I probably would say a higher chance for Seth Rollins, but you never know. Finn Balor, technically former Universal Champion, the first ever, the inaugural Universal Champion in WWE. But also the big thing, let's talk about it right now. John Cena calling out The Undertaker, saying, he challenges him to a match at WrestleMania. Him kind of doing what Roman Reigns did 2 weeks ago, that kind of trend with the two biggest guys in WWE saying, okay, I'm going to say something that the people in the back aren't going to like. Okay. And calling out The Undertaker and then cutting a promo on him. That actually was pretty good. And a type of promo I actually like seeing from John Cena, for sure. But do you think this match is actually going to happen? We're going to have John Cena versus The Undertaker. And if we have this match, do you think it should be career versus career?
Yes. I do see that match happening. There's no point in having Cena cut that amazing promo on Monday and not doing it. What do I think? I thought Cena's promo was amazing. I'm not saying it because he's my favorite wrestler. I feel like everything, what he said, how he said it, everything was presented perfectly together. I can never see the match being career versus career. And if that is the case, and Undertaker looks good, that should be the main event of WrestleMania. Because while I would love to see Nakamura and Styles main event, if you tell me John Cena and Undertaker facing each other at WrestleMania in a career versus career match, that is the main event. That's the biggest match in the card. So yes, there's no point in having Cena cut the promo when teasing us that much and not giving us the Undertaker match. So yeah, Cena Undertaker is gonna happen at WrestleMania. Steve.
Sorry about that, Kyron. I had to take a phone call. Didn't want to have that part of the broadcast. But anyways, let's. I guess the last question I want to ask that has to do with Monday Night Raw, and that's with Bayley and Sasha Banks. Do you think they actually will have a match one-on-one at WrestleMania, or do you think they're just going to have their moments during the Women's Battle Royal?
Not only do I think they should have that match one-on-one at WrestleMania, and I know this shouldn't really happen because of title-wise, I would put Alexa and Nia on the pre-show and put Sasha and Bayley on the main show. Now, I know Alexa and Nia is for the title, but if you think about it, Sasha and Bayley is likely going to be the better match. It's the more intriguing storyline. So why not put them on the main show? Because let's be honest, maybe a few, but more people probably care about Sasha and Bayley than Nia and Alexa. No disrespect intended, but I'm in that camp. So I think they should go one-on-one and not just give them a storyline inside the Battle Royal, because that just doesn't work. Use the Battle Royal to elevate someone else who needs it more. How about a Becky Lynch? But we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, this inaugural Battle Royal, who is really going to put over. And whoever does win, are they actually going to do something with that said superstar? Like, if they're going to make a new star having these Battle Royals, like the Andre the Giant and this one, I think maybe someone from Absolution or someone from Riot Squad, like those superstars that just came up in the main roster, that they should be the ones getting the win in the Battle Royal and, get some intrigue and, sort of a push for them in that way. But at least for me, that's pretty much it. Wanting to talk about Monday Night Raw. I guess I'll simply ask you, Kyron, if there's anything else that you wanted to bring up that had to do with Raw. If not, I can just move on to SmackDown.
You move on to SmackDown.
All right, let's move on to SmackDown Live. A pretty good SmackDown show. I mean, now we have Fastlane in the rearview mirror. SmackDown Live episodes hopefully will be better. They'll be pretty dang good. And I thought this one, for the first one of the 4 that we'll have before WrestleMania, of course, was pretty good. And the biggest thing being with Shane McMahon, during the 2 hours during the show being promoted, he has a big announcement for WrestleMania. First, though, he announced that he's taking a leave of absence and leaving and stepping down as commissioner. Daniel Bryan is returning next week and taking over full responsibilities and duties, still as general manager of SmackDown Live. And then also made the match before he left of Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come up, beat up Shane, and even Drake came back into the back to gorilla position and do a powerbomb to him there. So what are your thoughts on that segment with Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn? Where do you think that's heading to for WrestleMania?
I actually really like that segment. I love how, even though Shane's supposed to be the babyface, Kevin and Sami are completely in the right because Shane screwed both of them on Sunday, so he had every right to be upset. And I love the ruse they played on Shane the whole night when Sami talked about, I can beat Kevin. Kevin talked about, I can beat Sami. The whole night they're playing on a huge ruse, and it works to perfection. Now, him and naming Owens versus Zayn, obviously that's not going to happen. I can see a triple threat match happening between the 3, and, I'll be fine with that as long as Shane doesn't win. But I thought it was a good segment, and I don't know, the way they pop, Shane was breathing heavy after he got that power bomb, the way he's breathing, that kind of made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I agree. That kind of scared me for a moment. Like, did he really, really seriously get injured?
Exactly.
Sort of thing. That wincing, I'm like, oh my God, that sounds bad. I mean, either he's like one of the best sellers of moves ever, or he really got injured and definitely should take this leave of absence. But either way, yeah, pretty good moment there. Also, good moments for Carmella. She wins at the pay-per-view Fastlane. Then she wins one of the contests on SmackDown Live. Again, I was talking about earlier, Carmella getting this win streak might actually be a bad thing for Carmella fans like me, that maybe she'll cash in unsuccessfully. I still hope it will be successful, but it certainly will be interesting in that aspect. Also building up probably to that triple threat match for the United States Championship, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Randy Orton mixing it up on SmackDown. Asuka and Charlotte Flair having a one-on-one. AJ Styles kicking off the show. So what else really do you think were big things that happened on SmackDown Live?
Nothing else really. I mean, I brought up in the New Day Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers earlier. But my problem with SmackDown Live is this. As excited as I am for the IC Championship, I'm the complete opposite for the U.S. Championship triple threat. I really just don't care. I don't care for babyface Randy Orton. I don't like Jinder Mahal. And babyface Bobby Roode is really good on my last nerve. So I really couldn't care about that. Now, with both Charlotte and Asuka and Nakamura and Styles, and this is, I want to lump both of these up into one because they're both kind of the same thing. I'm excited for both matches. They're both dream matches. I want to see them both. They're going to both be incredible. My only problem is this. With them having to build these two feuds up, you're going to have to, Road, and I don't trust Road Dogg at all, but think of it this way. You have 2 matches. Anyway, you have 2 matches, one for the women's title, one for the debut title, where the challenger are both two people who don't speak, Kyrie, turn the light on, but that don't speak, native English. I'm not, and neither Shinsuke or Asuka can speak, they can speak English, but they're not very good at it. And, it's going to be hard to build promos between them when neither one of them speak English very well. I mean, I can understand them both for the most part, but there are times where I just don't understand what they're saying because of their limited English. But, like I said, I don't trust Road Dogg to build those two feuds up. And even though I'm, definitely looking forward to both of them, I just don't know what to say. I mean, I'm going to watch the match regardless, but still. I just don't know how the build is going to go. That's what I'm worried about.
No, I understand. That's what I'm worried about, too. But more specifically with the Asuka one than Shinsuke Nakamura, to be quite honest, between the Japanese stars. Just because I just have a feeling with Asuka under limitations, even more so than Shinsuke. And having as much of the pedigree as Shinsuke has, especially with New Japan and already facing AJ Styles in the past, I think it might be harder for Road Dogg and for the writing creative team for SmackDown Live building up that feud with Charlotte Flair. Though when you have Asuka facing someone like Charlotte, it almost books itself, at least to me in that sense. So I'm looking forward to those. I'm also looking forward to the tag team match with Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. That one could steal the show as well. But the card for WrestleMania is actually looking to be pretty good. And it's certainly going to be entertaining to watch it, whether I'm able to be there live or if I'm not again or however that works out for myself. But however I'm watching it, wherever I'll be for it, it certainly will be entertaining. And I know I'm certainly going to enjoy it for what it is because WrestleMania every year, at least to me, is always good, at the very least, because it's WrestleMania. WWE comes to play. WWE cares, truly, more so at least with that pay-per-view than any other, even Royal Rumble, it seems like sometimes. And how much I love Royal Rumble, but WrestleMania, they put all their eggs in the basket. All these great matches, whether title match or otherwise, it's certainly going to be interesting and entertaining to see how everything turns out. And then the aftermath, right? And now with pay-per-views all being co-branded moving forward after WrestleMania, it's certainly going to be very, very interesting. And I look forward to when we get to our WrestleMania predictions in a couple of weeks, giving our thoughts and predictions for all the matches, what we're hyped for, where we think things are going. Because, the reason why I fell in love with WWE, fell in love with pro wrestling is because with storylines, seems like endless thousands way it could go. Whether you think someone's opinion of where a storyline could go may be stupid or too far-fetched or this and that, okay, fine, whatever, that's your opinion. But it just could go anywhere. Option A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. There's always options or different ways that these storylines can go. And whether some are more obvious than others, okay, fine. But still, there are a million and different ways that we already talked about with the options for the cash-in or for Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns build-up and this and that. There's always, where will it go each and every week? Always intrigue, especially when we're on the road to WrestleMania. It's the best time of the year being a wrestling fan, and I certainly look forward to seeing how this WrestleMania goes. I'm sure it's going to be as good as last year's, because last year was pretty dang good in its own right. So there you go, because my boy Kyron should know he was there. So hopefully I'll be able to be there here for this one in New Orleans. But again, that's pretty much it. I don't have any other news. We're pretty much both done with Raw and SmackDown and talking about that. Fastlane we did go over in the beginning of the show. Do you have any other news or notes or saw anything breaking? I was looking on Twitter. I don't see anything breaking of new news beyond the whole Memorial Battle Royal change. But if there is anything else, wrestling-related news or otherwise that you want to share, you're more than welcome to.
No, I'm good. I don't have many more news for what I can hit. I found no more news.
Yeah, I'm pretty good too. Like I said, the big thing being with the Memorial Battle Royal. I know there's a lot of news in the NFL, free agency, but here in wrestling and WWE, not too much news there. But thanks for all that watched live. Thanks for Queen M and Blue X Demon X for leaving comments in the comment section during the live chat. I always appreciate that. That's why I do it this way. Not just because I have to, but because I want to. I like interacting with people. So if you are watching archived after this video does post to the channel, welcome to leave your comments in the comment section below. Smash the like button. Go over to Kyron Chase's channel. Follow him there, or subscribe to them there. Ring the bell to both of our channels so be the first to know when videos are posted to our channels. And as well, let him promote his own stuff. I'll let people know where they can find you here and on social media.
Follow me on Instagram, /_Kyron. My DVR and Tumblr are Kyron Chase. My Twitter is /Kyron. My YouTube channel is Kyron Chase. And on my channel, I do videos on wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And by the way, tomorrow is my 18th birthday. And thanks. And I'm doing a special Q&A tomorrow. So if you want to leave any questions, you can either send send them to a direct message on my Twitter, or leave a comment on my YouTube videos, or use a hashtag Kyron Q&A. And the Q and the NA is the complete word "and," not the symbol. I look forward to reading everyone's questions and answering tomorrow. You have till 3:00 tomorrow afternoon. And back over to you, Steve.
Yeah, and Kyron already knows, this jabroni already has like 6 questions to him. So, I'm already there. And I have him for both of my channels, as he knows. Like I said, I also wanted to promote to people. I do have my second channel, Animated Awesomeness, that just got a Twitter handle a couple weeks ago, @cartoons_reviews. Or again, @cartoon_reviews. And welcome to follow me there on Twitter, where I talk Star Wars: The Force of Evil and My Little Pony Friendship's Magic. With, by the way, Star Versus, second half of the season continuing going. And I think in 2 weeks, My Little Pony Season 8 premieres. So definitely we'll be talking about that after the premiere happens, of course, obviously, because if anything is spoiled before that, I'm going to make sure not to see it. Monkey see, monkey no do. So definitely we'll be looking forward to that. But everybody else and everybody in general, welcome to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you for watching. If this is your very first video, you know how we do here at Sports Talk Network. Talk all sports, football, basketball, and then WWE as well. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening, day, and tomorrow I'll be back with my Riverdale review here on this channel. And then Saturday over on Animated Awesomeness, I will be doing my review of the newest episode of Star vs. The Force of Evil after the craziness of Butterfly Trap that happened this past weekend. Above all else, as always, take care.
Peace out.